welcome everyone back. We are back, and we are back to talk Married at First Sight, y'all. Season 18. I believe this is episode 5, and we will not be before you long. I can just set it right there and say that I literally have watched this episode twice, and I'm ready for the action. We got a teaser, a taste. But I need more. EJ, the TV junkie, how are you feeling about this? See, this is your first time watching MAFS. How are you feeling about it? And what did you think about this episode? What were your overall thoughts?
Honestly, I'm liking the maths. You done pulled me into this thing now, so I'm here. But I'm just ready for all the drama to just like go in. Like they tried to get there a little bit, but I ain't gonna lie, I was a lot mad, annoyed about a lot of stuff. I'm sure we'll talk about it. Well, just one thing really in particular, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, child, we gonna get to it. Tyra, you too are a virgin in these math streets. So now that you've laid down, you know what I mean. You gave away your box. What are you thinking about the series as a whole? And what did you think about this most recent episode?
I mean, it's different. It's like you can tell it's like a template for A Love Is Blind. But since I'm so accustomed to kind of like how fast-paced Netflix is with their dating scenarios, we don't spend like as much time with the couples as we do here. Like, no, we're getting every moment. There are no cuts. We're here and we're in it. So it's different. So I am just waiting because that means when we get into the mess, we're going to be there in the mess. And it's going to be juicy for a long time. And we're going to be cutting away. So I'm just going to wait for that and bide my time.
Well, I appreciate your patience, and hello to everybody in the building. Nikki at a night of horror. Listen, Tyra, you ain't got no thumbnail. Why you ain't got no thumbnail, girl?
I forgot to sit up the street. Look here. I messed up one time. Y'all got to call me out.
Listen, it bees like that. Listen. We didn't have a time. Hey, Yvette E.
I had it set the last one, and then I didn't have it. I'm sorry.
Listen. We do what we can do. See, like I didn't even have an intro because hey, Miss Honey, I've been waiting for this all day. Listen, and we're here to give it to you. I didn't even do my upload yet. That'll probably get up sometime this weekend. It bees like that sometimes.
Okay.
That's a whole other. Hey, Anakin, not Vader. Happy Friday. Yes. Happy Friday. Miss Honey says, I'm so done with Michelle. Listen, we're going to get into it. And this is going to be a little bit different because of the nature of this episode. We're going to go couple by couple, and we're going to talk about each of these couples, what's happened on their experience, and just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at. We are at the honeymoons full throttle. This is like our second day, and we're there now for a couple days. And so the couples are acclimating to one another, either having a good time or just having a hell of a time, right? There's no in between, really. And so, but this is one thing I do want to start with, because I want to say it. I don't like being right. You know what I mean? I don't like being right all the time. And while this isn't confirmed yet, we saw a connection made on this episode, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up. We have Madison, the whore of Babylon, who should be wearing a scarlet letter, who's literally betraying Allen in this very moment and has the audacity to be giving this half-black man advice about his situation when she can't even get her situation right, okay? They're on the treadmills, they're commiserating. Us women sometimes, if it's just not there, it's not there. We got to try to make it. And he's like, well, I'm not trying to rock the boat. I'm just trying to be a good man out here in these streets. She's eating it all up. I can see the development of this adulterous affair that's going to happen this season. And I want to know from you, Tyra, starting out, are these the two? Are these the two that are going to be indulging in their freak offs?
Girl, she want her man. This is the pretty boy she keeps speaking of. This is the template. Maybe it's a little because he got a little flavor on him, but this is the pretty boy. This is the physical, shallow thing that she's looking for. He don't have anything to offer her that she couldn't get from Allen times 10, but she just can't get past the fact that he's unattractive to her. The way that she was just trying to, she's wedging her way in. She's setting the base for like, oh my God, what happened? Come sit down, talk to me. Like she's setting the scene. So when she has an opportunity, because you know his little thing with old Michelle, that ain't going nowhere. So she's gonna play it at both sides. Like she wants that man. She wants that man. As far as he is, I think he's genuinely here, like because he's actually trying with Michelle. But he's trying. And it's just like, oh, okay, another person seemingly happy with their choice. She's giving me advice because her and Alan are probably doing so well. I maybe should, maybe voice a little bit more and not be, backing down or just trying to wait on her and move on her time. Like, okay, I don't think he's there yet. But once and if she throws it at her, he gonna take it because he gonna catch it. Ain't no yes, mama shit. Ain't no mama shit with Michelle. She said no, get away from me. You don't have no home.
Tyra says if she throws it, he's going to catch it. EJ, do you second that emotion? If Madison throws that cootenanny at David, is he picking it up?
Yes, I second that emotion. It's gonna happen. Okay. I was convinced. I said I have bought into your theory now that this is gonna be the couple. I can see it. I literally I can't see anybody else, but now that I've seen them together, I was like, there's nobody else that's gonna do it. This is gonna be the two that do it. He's unhappy, she's unhappy, so they just gonna go and get happy together. That's what's about to happen.
Which is so stupid, EJ. Alan has everything you need. Like, he gonna take care of them bills. Alan's gonna try to make you laugh. Alan's gonna dote on you, baby. He's gonna give you everything you want, need, and probably desire. You tell him you wanna, try it in a different place. He's gonna be Johnny on the spot. You know what I'm saying? He's so bendy and like just willing to serve. And I hate that she's taking him for granted. It's like she's pushing away, I think, the very thing that would be good for her. And it's sad.
The heart want what the heart want. That's Tyra. Ashley, the heart want what the heart want. And her heart and her body and her soul want this man over here.
The grumpy Care Bear. Don't nobody want the genie in the lamp.
But she ain't all that though. You know what I mean? She ain't even giving all that.
And Alan is not a bad looking man.
Like Alan look like a dog.
Oh, he is not a bad.
But Alan and them broccoli boxes though.
What on with them? Hey, we keep it spicy, okay? He says, "Hey, he gift wrapped that package. Leave Alan alone."
That man's on vacation, living his best life in Mexico. He said, "If I want to wear my lime green sunglasses and my bananas and watermelon shorts and my bright magenta shirt, I can do that. I'm on vacation."
Wait, I would have on matching sets because that's my man. That's your man. Yep, that's him. And I'm gonna stick beside him. Girl, please, you were about the wrong thing.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It's the broccoli boxes.
I decided to start with what I think is the least problematic couple of all.
Yes.
Thomas and Camille. Now, I know Tyra says that this man is a serial unaliver. He's got all of the traits. He's in a deep, dark depression. But I feel like Camille is bringing out a lighter side to him. Like, the way that he seems like he's all about Camille is warming my heart. It seems like he's attracted. She's nothing but smiles. The one thing, and this is my ick, right? I feel like I'd be talking to like a professor all day. Like, I don't feel like we've really heard him cut loose yet. It just seems like everything is so well. When I was in my 30s, I had an apartment back on, and then that's what happened. I'm here for equal partnership in the roles. No, I like to lead some of the time. I don't know. It's just something very newscaster for me, and I need him to loosen up. I'm gonna need him to crack some jokes. Like she said, I need you to rub on my booty, sit it on my back. Like, I need some of that. You know what I'm saying? EJ, I'm gonna start with you. What are your thoughts about Thomas and Camille and what we learned about them in this episode?
No, I completely concur. First and foremost, I love these two together. I mean, does he have like some serial killer vibes? Maybe, Tyra. Maybe just a smidget. But, however, I think these two are actually going to make it. I think that out of all the couples, that these two make you, like, you literally want them to work because I think they can fit, and I love Camille. I love her vibe, and she does do something to him. Like, she brings out this little lighter side of him, and best believe he gonna be smacking that booty probably by next episode or the one after that. Like, he gonna smack it. I'm telling y'all, they're about to get busy.
So here's my thing though. When she talks about, her liking a man that takes the lead in her past relationship, she's been the one to take the lead. Tyra, what do you think about that dynamic? And is he going to be a capable leader, or do you see him just as this passive, like just kind of go with the flow, let the woman do whatever she wants to do situation?
I can't get a read on this man. I don't trust him. I'm sorry. I don't. It's not hard to be with the mess of the couples that they have. It's like, well, this is the one we think gonna make it. They're our shining star. But it's like, look who we have for competition. That's not hard to beat. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Like, they're just the ones who are the most normal here. They're taking this seriously, and I'm serious. They are, getting to know each other and taking this process in the way that you would think that all the other couples would. And it's not just instant, we're all over each other, we're in love, or instant, I hate you, you don't got no place to stay. It's just, you know what? Let me get to know you and read you, and we can grow together. And, it's not just some instantaneous fake thing. It doesn't seem fake or forced. Mm-hmm. It's just normal. I still don't. It gives me monotone. Like you said, that newscaster vibe is very Patrick Bateman. I can't get a read on him. She seems cool. She seems very genuine. She could, loosen him up. I feel like we haven't seen all of him yet. And hell, it could be her. She could be I don't think this is what it is. Like I said, I don't see anybody from the show making it anywhere. I don't see it. But I can say that the corners of his mouth have curled up way more since she
She said, but did the smile meet his hooded eyes? I don't know. I do struggle with their personalities, and he does seem like a more laid back, kind of go with the flow. And she does seem like someone who wants a strong male energy in her life, and that gives me pause. I'm still on pause about his OCD. Again, we've just been in this hotel and in this really curated space right now, and so I think that the action and the fireworks are going to happen when they get back home. I do really like Camille. I don't know, they just seem so different.
Do you like them together, or do you like Camille? Because I like Camille. I don't like them.
Not necessarily. Like, I don't get steam heat, honey. I don't get fire and desire. I don't get any, like, push my panties to the side. I don't get any of that from them. I get that, they're friends just trying to see if anything can be there. I do think he's attracted to her. But there's just something different. I think she has a wild side. Like, I think Camille can get a little bit hood. Like, I just don't know if, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to describe it, y'all, but something just doesn't quite seem simpatico for me.
He gives, why do we need to go out? Like, we got food at home. He gives, we got food at home.
I'm here for you. I got your back, bro. I got your back. I'm fighting for y'all.
Do that, EJ.
He's very bland and unseasoned when he talks.
Absolutely. Monotone.
TP. That man got Don. You know what? I'm not doing this. And I hope so, Miss Honey. I hope it's that, because we need at least one couple this season. And this is the only contender for me. And it's a very loose possibility, because a lot can happen in the 8 weeks that we're going to see. Easing on down this road, y'all. Y'all's favorite people, y'all's favorite couple, Carla and Juancho. Okay, Juancho. The more I get to know about Juan, the more I'm personally turned off by Juan at this point. And the more I get to know about Carla, my first mind rang true. I don't like her at all. There's just something irksome to me about how she interacts, and this idea that she doesn't want to be taken care of, when I know that's exactly what she wants. I feel like she is playing with everyone's intelligence in this space, because he sat up there and told her this episode, yeah, if you're going to be traveling like that, you're going to be doing it alone. because, my business is a money pit, but it's your money. So do whatever you want to do with your money as long as you're contributing half to these bills. Because sometimes I have to pay an extra 10K a month to grow my business. And we knew from earlier that he is in the building stages, but he just doesn't give any desire that at any point he'll want to take care of a wife, in my opinion. And I think that's exactly what Carla wants. Tyra, talk to me about these two. Oh, and talk to me about this heifer on the bus talking about the magic stick and, how she's natural everywhere. I'm just free.
I don't know. I don't know who that was for. I don't know who that was for. Maybe she was trying to lighten the load. Maybe it was a little too quiet for her and she just wanted, I think she likes attention. She likes to be seen and heard, and maybe not so much the center of attention, but it's just like, oh, it's quiet in here. The penis is just the one. Girl, who? She gives it to me that, like, if one Chito was rocking her royal child, she would tell everybody the size, the shape, and the color. She no coof. Where's the coof, girl? But baby, wait. We said, like, you gonna be going alone. You like, oh, you gonna be going alone? Ain't got no money for all that. Like what? The way he's presenting it, like, it comes off as I worked hard to get to where I am, and I'm trying to work even harder to get to where I want to be. Ain't nobody finna use me. Ain't nobody finna pull up. And it's just, he has no desire to keep nobody. And it's 50-50. 50-50. On a good day, as far as her being kept, it might be a 55-45, because he's just not doing that with her. And she knows that. But she's entertaining it because I think she likes the way he looks. I think they're attracted to each other. And like you say, there is steam, heat, and maybe eventually, if they're not already getting it in, it seemed like they be smoking a little something in there. They seem like they be like having a good time. But this is, the honeymoon phase. What's going to happen when they go back home and he's Mr. Work, and she doesn't really have a job? Because you can't convince me that she does. You can't convince me that she does. And I don't know if she doesn't want to look a certain way on camera or to an audience to say, I don't care about that. I don't care about money. I can make I just want some love. And I was like, girl, no. The cuddles and kisses, and I didn't know. You want someone to take care of you. And there's nothing wrong with that, but don't waste any time. I don't know what he thinks she has or what she's doing as far as work, but when he realizes that the work ethic is not matching up, she's not bringing anything to the table, and he's going to feel like, oh, you just trying to roll up and live in this fantasy land, running around, hugging trees, and not having no damn job with no money, and I'm supposed to subsidize your lifestyle, he going to tell her she got to go.
Absolutely. Hit the bricks. That's what his daddy said. Excuse me. The end. Okay, so isn't it a bit early to expect fireworks from any couples? No, it's not. Being an avid Married at First Sight watcher since season 1, I've seen fireworks on the honeymoon. I have seen chemistry, sparks. I've seen all of that on honeymoons before. These are just a drier set of couples, in my personal opinion. Especially when there's attraction, we're going to see some fireworks. So that's just my take. What do you think, Tyra? Do you think it's a bit early for fireworks?
No, and I don't mean like fireworks in a sexual sense all the time, like they're supposed to be around there humping like rabbits. Like, no, just really good chemistry. A lot of these people either have friendship chemistry, no chemistry at all, or they're just literally disgusted with the person that they're standing next to. Like these two, they have fireworks, but they are not compatible at all in other aspects. They're just attracted to each other, and they display like, girl, I'll rip your whole bottom lip off. And clearly she want her someone cheat, though. The way she be speaking on everything all out in the open publicly, like, girl, who is that for? But yeah, it doesn't have to be one or the other. But if there's absolutely nothing, like there's this, and then there's Michelle and old baby and David.
Yeah. And to me, y'all, this ain't even, I don't know, this doesn't give for me. For whatever reason, I don't know. I think there's not so much a problem with her looks for him, but I think you're right. Like at the core level with these two, they're just so incompatible. That's going to put a hamper on anything. But I think they be in there smoking ganja. EJ, what do you think of Carla and Juan? And has your position on him changed? Because I know we all liked Juan in the beginning, but like I said, I'm kind of cool on Juan at this point because I don't know what his angle is. Is he going to taste the cat while he's there?
He's a little goofy, and not in a good way. It's just like kind of he gives off a little immaturity sometimes, and that's a lot to be sitting next to her. But it's just like, this is a a serious moment. I don't know if they're just if it's just because they're on honeymoon or what, but I am not the one we met on episode 1. This is not. I'm like, oh, this is who you are. Okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And on the after show, they were like, "Yeah, he likes to have a great time." I'm like, "Okay, girl, okay." EJ, but what do you think? Is Juan the man you thought he was? And do you actually see any intimacy happening on the honeymoon between these two? And then what happens in the future? Is this gonna last? Can it?
So, first things first is that the situation was wild. But when I see these two, honestly, with Carla, I think that she does want to be kept. She does want someone to take care of her. I think she all but said it. And Juan is not giving her that answer, and he's standing real firm on that. And because of that, I don't think that it can't work. Like, it can't physically work out together because one isn't gonna have time for her. Two, he's not gonna do all the things that she wants. And I think it's okay for her to want someone to take care of her, but she has to get someone who also wants to take care of her, and yeah, exactly, like an Allen, because there are some men out there who do want that, but then there are also some men that want that whole 50-50 thing, and that's not for everybody. But one is making it very clear. To be fair, it's almost like a turnoff, in my opinion. Like, why we gotta keep saying it so much? It's like how we have the other couple that's like, ugh, that she just get on my nerves because she keeps saying the same thing. It's the same thing with Juan for me. Like, I really did like Juan in the beginning, but why do we have to keep saying that? Because for me, I feel like, as a woman, you do want that safety and security. Why come you can't, like, you're giving, I'm not going to give you safety and security, and you out there on your own. And I don't like that. Like, that's not the type of husband that I would see myself wanting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want that. Mm-hmm. So he has completely he's doing it too much for me. And even though Carla is a lot, like, why would she want that? Like, she knows she don't want it. So, but she do want to have sex with him. I mean, schmeck, I can't say that word. She do want to have that with him. I mean, they gonna do that. That's gonna happen because they're curious. That's going to happen, but they not gonna work. When they get home, it's a wrap.
He better be careful. She got that magic. You never know. She might do a love spell on him, because he's a tall drink of water, handsome guy with a bright smile. I mean, I'm here for it, but that would be Aggie too. I don't know. There is, like she says, I just want to know that a man wants to take care of me. But let's be honest, you just want to be taken care of, and he just does not want to take care of you, sis. It's
a turn off. It's not even like well, it's good to, like, no, baby, I do want to work. We're building, we're contributing, but just, it's nice to know that if I wanted to, my man has my back and he's going to take care of me and take care of everything. It's like, hell no. Where's y'all?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and he say it every day.
It out there every day. Like, I'm like, dude, like, that is such a turnoff. Like, there's no way that I would want to be with you at this point. Like, you can't even give me that security of knowing that if something did happen, that you would be okay. Like, this tells me that if something happened with her job, which we know it is, he is going to completely go left. He's going to completely go left. Like, that's going to be an issue for him. And that would irritate the hell out of me if he kept bringing that issue up all the time. Oh, that would irritate me.
Oh, he was like, oh, you buying smoothies at the smoothie shop? You could just make it in the kitchen. Well,
maybe I don't want a juicer. You know how much a mess a juicer is? I got one. And it's under the cabinet. Bump that.
Sure is up in mine too, and I'll go buy one in a heartbeat. A single juice, because I don't want to make the mess. But yeah, I don't see it for them. And then I also think he was cringing on the bus because the way she was so graphic and everybody was looking at her, like, it was just they were like, Juan, is this you? Is this your girl? Like. And it was, I think it definitely was, Tyra, a vie for attention. I think that's all she wanted. But easing on down the road to this fake hotep and this woman that he don't want, but she gonna make him want her. We see them interact, and apparently Emem is the homie. That's the homie. The way this man don't look like he want to touch her unless they are around somebody else. The way that he talks at her, in my opinion, the way he tried to fake cry talking about his students. I don't do, and then the way that he tried to justify that she was just the homie. Like, I don't respect anything about this man as he's presented here. I think he is leading her down a path of destruction and heartbreak and sadness. And I think she's buying it. The way that MM sat up there and said, well, it's okay. No, we're not there yet, but we're getting there because we're building a friendship and a foundation, and that's okay. No, there's been no intimacy. He ain't rubbed on my booty. He ain't slapped it on my forehead. He ain't kissed me on my neck. He ain't did any of that, but we're working on it. Oh, plus he called you the homie. I don't like anything about him. I think he's a fake hotep. I think he's fake woke. I think that he is here to still kill and destroy. EJ, talk to me about Emem and Ikechi, whatever.
Yeah, because if you can't say his name right, then because that's like you can say my name right, and that means that we are connected, dude. Shut up, like stop playing. Listen, first and foremost, I feel bad for Eminem, whatever her name is, I feel bad for her, right? Because at the end of the day, she is getting played, and she's already lowering her standards, right? She's already lowering them. She's already saying like, you do not get to call me the homie. You do not get to tell other people that I am the homie. You could have used so many other different words than the homie. You could have said that my wife, who we are building this strong for. It's just so many words you could have just used differently. But the homie sounds like you friend zoned at me real quick, and that this is just a photo op for you. That this is just all about optics, and I'm gonna say all the right things. Nothing that he ever says is real ever. Like ever since I saw that he had that book online, I was done with him. I probably was done with him before then, but I was like, come on now, bro. The book for your wife you're trying to sell, and you tried to actually talk about the book for your wife when you were talking to your wife that you didn't even know, giving her all of these. That should have been something like if they had made it after the 8 weeks. Then he could have did a redo and then maybe said that, and I might have been like, maybe that's real. But when he did that, that was it for me. I'm like, that is not real, bro. Like, that is so fake. And she's sitting up there eating that up like, girl, no, ma'am. Why are we eating this up? He don't know you, so how can he say all of these things? And then y'all sitting up here, like when y'all in public, he like, oh, want to hold your hand and want to act like y'all all this. And then who are you to give advice to anybody else? They didn't even ask you for your advice, and you just went straight into giving your advice. Like, I understand, oh boy, he asked for advice, but you didn't give nobody else a chance to say anything. And then you kept going. Like, bruh, everything about him irks the hell out of me. I do not like him, y'all, at all. He's a horrible, despicable person.
And what do you think of MM trying to cape, though? Like, in trying to justify, is this going to lead her down a path of destruction?
Yes, absolutely. Because why are we doing this so early? If you start doing this now, you're going to continue to make excuses for him over and over and over again. Why are we making excuses from the jump? Well, and I was like, because when we were looking, I was like, why are we doing this? Like, why are you making an excuse about it? Do you even feel the need that you have to make an excuse for? Because that tells me that what you're going to continue to do is every time something, even though you see the red flags, even though you hear the red flags, you're going to keep making that excuse for it. But this. No, just call a thing a thing. Like when he said that, when he gave that face talking about the homie, no, dude, I'm not your homie. I'm your wife. Okay. Are we friends? Are we building a friendship? Yes, but don't homie me. Don't do that. Not this early. You can't do that this early. That's some stuff you do 10 years down the line if you want to be like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to dap it up or something like that. Like, no.
It's like MM reminds me of a young, naive woman who wants to be chosen. That's what she reminds me of. And it really saddens me that at this point in her life, after all the education, after all of that, that she would make excuses and not really see a thing for what it is, because she wants to believe in this and she wants marriage so badly that she'd be willing to settle for this. Tyra, talk to me about that. Does it make you have like compassion for MM, or do you just want her to stand up? Talk to me about this man too.
This isn't who MM is. I don't think this is her. I think she's pretending because she wants this man. Meeting her, she seems very self-assured, very, standing in herself, her truth, her power, her intuition. And we just throwing it all because I just want to be Mrs. Somebody. Like, do we though? Do we like she's clearly not happy with being the homie. Like, you call me the homie, and it's just like, you could have called me something. Like, why are we fronting? If you want to, lean into him, do that. Like he's playing with her. Mr. Cankles, y'all them Cankles. And then I've been trying to ignore it. Like, not since y'all done mentioned the Cankles, I keep looking at it and I can't stop looking at it.
He looks like he need a water pill. His ankles are
It looks like a
swollen.
ham hock. Get that out my face. Looks like a neck bone. Somebody told Ikechi he was fine. That's what happened. Somebody that harem, all these women who supposedly want him, told him he was fine. Him introducing her as the homie, that didn't do it for me. It was a conversation before when he was trying to give that unsolicited ass advice to Allen. And in so many words, it's just kind of like, we get here, we go through this process. Like, we can't control who and what we get. We get what we get, we deal with it to make the best of it kind of. I'm like, nothing about anything he says that he is just head over heels and happy that he got her. He's happy to be on the show. He's not happy to be with her. And she is subsiding intuition and probably a little attitude. And when it pops out, we're going to see hood M&Ms.
Correct.
We're going to see, or maybe she's, with this show, maybe she's trying to avoid, the man, black woman narrative or something. Like, who knows what this is? But I don't think this is her. I think she is very self-assured in a way that she would tell him where to go, what time to get there, and what he's not going to do or say to her. But it's just like, the homie, you couldn't call me nothing else. Like, yeah, I think she's just trying to walk on eggshells for now. When she gets pissed off, that's what I'm going to be here for. Because he doesn't give husband. He doesn't get faithful. He wants a unicorn. And clearly she is not his unicorn. Why is he pretending? I do not know. Because it's not coming across as genuine.
Because you don't want a bad edit. And that's the problem with these long running shows. I think people have gone back, and we know he's auditioned twice for the show. And that if you go back, you'll know, and they'll be like, okay, that was the bad edit. And I don't want to be the person that's labeled as X, Y, or Z. My issue, I think, is coming with the show, period. The producers and all of that, because the way that they find any moment, I feel like, to make black women feel like they're not enough or not attractive by pairing them with these types of men literally pisses me off. I think they knew who Ikechi was because he's very he comes off as very cocky and very arrogant and very, I want things a certain way. And I think that pairing him with her they knew it was going to be a mess. And I hope she stand up very quickly. I love her family and her people. I know they're going to have her back. But the way, to me, he just basically, I don't know. I didn't like it. It made it seem like to all those other men in that group that she wasn't desirable. You know what I mean? By saying, oh, she's just the homie. Like, oh, no, this is your wife. Like, that pissed me off. Like, and he's not that. Talking about, I don't make much money. We know you're a brokey as well, Ikechi. And that makes it worse. Brokey. I hate it.
That fake tear, Ash. That fake tear. Remember that?
Talking about, oh, if that don't make you cry, I don't know. What's making me cry, sir? What's making me cry about your journey to be a teacher? What does that got to do with me, sir? What that got to do with me?
Yeah, you got to walk the halls.
And then she had to. What did she have to do? And what did she have to do after that? When he said that, then she was forced to explain why she didn't have a tear. That made me so mad.
Girl, please. Ain't nobody got no tear because he was walking down them high school hallways with his cankles and it was swole.
It wasn't cryable, Tyra, because I didn't cry.
EJ didn't cry.
Oh, Roses Bud, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Ikechi Umar X King Jr. is gaslighting her and making his acting debut at the same time. I hate that for MM, but she wants to make this delusion work, and she does, and I hate that. And you'll find that over the seasons, if you've watched this show over and over, you see black women do it so often, and it breaks my heart every single time, because I bet you Alan wouldn't be turning down nothing. I bet you that. If she'd have been matched with somebody else, I don't think it would be that same energy. I don't, because she's accomplished. She's a beautiful woman. She has a lot going for herself. She makes good conversation. She's
All of that.
resting. She's trying to rest in her femininity, like she's letting him, have his voice, and
And
it's
that
just.
leaves what, Ashley? I don't think she's attractive.
Mhm.
That's it.
That's
Petty.
it, and it pisses me off.
And
It pisses me off.
eventually it's going to come a point where he's going to show his ASS about the fact that she does have this career, because clearly her career is more advanced than his, because she took the time to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was her focus. And that's going to come into play, because he gives me that insecure person about the other person maybe, being in a better spot than they are. Like, he gives me insecure.
Y'all keep saying like all this affection out in public. Like, I have not seen him really be all that affectionate towards her. Maybe
You
I missed it.
haven't? When they get into the group settings, he's
When
rubbing
he's
her
in the group.
arm, he's rubbing her leg. You got to just see it. And that's why everybody, like, the first episode was like, oh, I want it to be like Emem and Ikechi. I want our relationship to be like that. Like the first day of the honeymoon, it was all rubbing her down. She was straddling him in the pool, like, just ugh. Cap, Cap. That's why you ain't seen it this episode. He could barely look at her.
Girl.
Next, we have Madison and Allen. And Madison is I told y'all she's the whore of Babylon. And I don't take it back, because I have just this feeling. It's in my, I told y'all it was deep down in my knower that she was going to be the one to break poor Allen's heart. Allen is trying to acquiesce in every sense of the word. Baby, you don't like it like that? I'll try it like this. I'm not strong enough. Okay, I'll try to butch it up a little bit. You don't want me to do this. I'm too docile. I go with the flow too much. Okay, this is just me. But basically she's saying to him, I don't like who you are. I don't like how you look. I don't want you to touch me. I really don't even want you to be around me. And so I'm going to go to the gym and talk to this loser about my unattractiveness to you. And I just hate that. And it's because I feel like she's so used to toxicity that she can't recognize a genuine man who's really there to be a man in her life. And in the after show, we kind of even hear more of that. But it's so disturbing, this dynamic and his desire, a lot like MM, right? Like, I just want to be chosen by you. Like, I think you're perfection, Madison. I think you're everything. And she's not. But I think you're everything. And I want to be that for you. But she's not. Every chance she gets, he said, well, if I was wearing this out, would you walk beside me? She said, no. I can't say that I would. Girl, who are you? Tyra, talk to me about Madison and Allen.
This heifer. I don't like her. I don't like her. Like, I didn't think she would be this bad. I thought she would give Allen a fair shot. It's like that sly criticism, or everything she says makes him feel like he isn't good enough for her, or he needs to change something. And the fact that he's willing to change stuff about himself is very toxic. Like, he's fine. Nothing is wrong with this man. So far from what I've seen, nothing is wrong with Allen. And you're being shallow over his fashion sense. And because he does, what's wrong with the way he looks? I don't understand. I don't understand. What's a pretty boy? Like, what? I just don't get it. And he's trying so hard. Like, when he said, well, I'm just trying to get back to, because when we first, got married and we went to the room that first night, it was just totally different from what I'm getting now. So I know she likes me. He's just steady questioning everything. And I don't know if she's trying to let him down easy, but those shots of her, like, crossing her legs, like, there's always a narrow divide between the both of them. Like, don't touch me.
At all.
Don't touch me with all your unattractiveness. Can you stay over there? Like, like what? Girl, don't suffer for me. Don't suffer for me. And he's just waiting. Like, I know I can win her over. I know I can do this. Well, maybe I should, display a little bit more dominance. Because at first she called you ugly and said you were soft.
Mm-hmm.
She called you ugly and said you were you punk ass. Like, what? Like, what has he done besides be respectful towards you? Try to be a gentleman. And she's like, well,
you want to be cussed out, I guess.
Dote on me or anything. You can, like, worry about other, like, what are you talking about? You're my wife. We're on our honeymoon. Like, where should I be? What exactly should I be doing? I don't know. Like you said, I think she's looking for the toxicity of those pretty boys, and she has a good thing and she doesn't know what to do with it. But if he was a good thing and he looked like, I guess, David or a pretty boy, then maybe she would be, trying hard to know what to do with it. But since he is not conventionally attractive to her, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with Alan. Even his jokes. Alan in his jokes, he be having a good time. Alan is a vibe. Alan is fun. Alan got a bag. Alan is respectful. Like, he's willing to move at her pace on her time. Like, he's a giver, and she's just ready to give him away and go over there with David. Girl, please.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Darfelina, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. See, that answers my question. I was wondering if this was another show that likes making a fool out of Black women for ratings. Honestly, they make a fool out of all women, but I feel like it's especially women of color and Black women. And I actually did a series on Instagram and TikTok all about that.
I think it's because it's not just this show. Like, it's like the Black women narrative all around on all of these dating shows. They just seem to always get the short stick.
They do. And they push it. And I think that they make the matches intentionally with people they know are going to perpetuate it. But MAFS has a long sordid history with it. They do. But again, it's a lot of the women, but I feel like it's especially egregious with the Black women. This is the first time I didn't seen them match one of the Caucasian women with a man from the basement. But there's that. They usually reserve that for the Black women. EJ, Allen and Madison.
Okay, Allen and Madison, Madison and Allen. Well, first and foremost, I think Allen is I think he's a good guy, but I do think that there is a such thing as just trying too hard. And I feel like Alan is trying so hard and pushing so much because he wants this to work so much that it's almost becoming just, it's just become, I'm just tired of it. Like, I'm just like, Alan, like, stop. Like, she don't want you. Like, just, like, don't do it. Like, be the a-hole that she wants you to be and watch her turn around. Like, well, just choke her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and watch her.
That's not, I'm serious. That's not you. Jay.
Okay, exactly. But seriously though, I just feel like he has been just trying way too hard. And I want to see more of, and I feel like in that trying to please her, that we don't really know what Alan really wants. You know what I'm saying? He keeps saying that he just, he's just trying to be happy. But what does that look like for Alan? I really don't know. That was the only real thing that she said that I actually agreed with, when she said something about him figuring out something for him or something. I can't remember her exact words, but that was the only thing that I ever agreed with that came out of her mouth, because I was like, I really want to know what makes Alan happy. And I feel like Alan is such a good guy that he deserves somebody who wants to pour into him as well, the way that he pours into other people. But I don't know. I can't honestly tell you what he wants. I can't tell you what would really.
He wants this heifer.
Girl, besides the heifer,
that's all he wants. He wants the heifer. He wants the dote. He wants the spoil. Baby, what do you need? Let's hang out. Let's be beautiful. Let's vacation. I'm at work. I got off. Let's have dinners. Let's talk. He wants a wife in a relationship. He wants a wife to keep her.
That's what he wants. That's what he wants.
Well,
I think he has this idea.
Yeah. I think that's too. I think that's what it is. What you were about to say, that he has an idea of what it's supposed to look like, and like it's supposed to be this. I don't know. It's weird to me, and that's my problem. I like Alan, but it's just something off about the way that he wants it so badly, and the way that he's going about it. I want to see more of what Alan wants. Like, just period. Let me see that, and maybe she ain't the one. Let's just get off it. She ain't the one.
She's definitely not the one. And I think what she's doing is it's manipulative to me as well, because I think she's giving him enough hope. You know what I mean? Because she's like, oh no, you can do this. You can do that. That's fine. I just want whatever. And I think for a person like Alan, you have to be very direct. And I think she should just say, I'm not attracted to you. I never will be. And I don't want you. But I think this kind of like footing around it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Alan, I just want to know you more. Like, I don't think she cares to know Alan. I think she made up her mind. But quiet as is kept, this looks like a decent looking couple. Like, they look good in the pictures together. I don't see a
Yeah, they really
disparity in the
do.
looks.
They look
Y'all
great
look,
together.
They
it
look
don't
really
like,
good
ooh,
together.
it doesn't
Together.
look like, ooh, she's out of his league. It doesn't give that, sis. I'm
I
sorry.
don't.
It
I just don't
doesn't.
think.
Exactly.
I just
And
don't think he's that deep. He's just. I think he just likes to like. He's probably just a very doting, caring, loving man, and that's just probably as far as it goes. It's just like, well, Ellen, what do you want? What do you want to do? Baby, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy.
whatever
I
you
want to be with
like.
you. Whatever you
But
like.
he is. He's very whatever you like. Whatever you like. He's very coming to America. I don't have no problem with that, Alan.
No,
What's
he just want to be chose. And I think that's enough for him. Like, I think if she just went along with the program, he'd be like, okay, I can have my baby.
And then,
This is my
there's
wife.
that hint of him not being so self-assured about, his looks or how he presents or just wait, things prior to her. Like maybe his confidence has been shook, a little bit. So he's just happy, like, this is my wife. Like, girl, let's go. Like, yeah, but Alan, we still want to make sure it's reciprocated. And it's really not. Because if she pulled that knee away from that man one more time.
Because the way she done
Okay.
called him ugly 8 times, she and his family.
Okay. But between her and that other thing, like, y'all really, like, this one, that thing. I
Talk to me
don't
about her,
like her.
Angie. I know
I
you
don't like
passionate
her.
about it. She was cussing her out all yesterday, y'all, as we were watching
I do
Married
not
at First
like
Sight.
her.
She
She
does
make
not
me
like
get
Michelle.
wrinkles. Look at my head right now. You see my forehead? She make me get wrinkles in my forehead because she is just a horrible, despicable person. And why come on this show if you weren't going to be open? Why come on this show if you weren't going to put your all into it? At this point, I would just like for her to just go with the flow. At this point, we know you don't like him. We know it's some stuff that turn you off about him. And I'm not saying that she ain't got no valid points about the basement stuff and the no job. I mean, I don't know if he ain't got a job or not, but I could be stretching. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that that's not valid. But what I'm saying is that you're in a situation that you're supposed to be, supposed to be open to, but you keep harping on it. The way I would have cussed her out so many times, if you talk about it, I know that I live in the basement. I know that I stay with my mom and daddy. I know that I go to the gym every morning. Like, Broad, stop saying this to me over and over again. The way he had so much restraint, she would have been cussed out a long time ago, and then she would have went ran off somewhere crying. I would have made her cry. Like, that's why. No, I don't like her.
She acted like he cussed her out when he said, I'll MF and leave you alone. Like, she acted like.
Yeah,
Girl.
So
you better than me.
basically, in this episode, you guys, we see Michelle and David grow even further apart, if that's even possible. Again, he's making his way, just at least trying to have conversation. He's asking her, like, do you have a good relationship with your family? Why are you asking me that? Why are you talking to me right now? She said, I need a little bit of time. He's like, okay, I'll go do this. A couple hours later, he calls, texts. Why are you calling and texting me? How about this? Next time I say I need time, I'll call you. Don't call me, I'll call you, right? The way that she treats this man is terrible. And again, y'all know I don't ride or cape for him because for all of those who were in my comments, oh, he's probably saving for his house. Blah, 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 blah. On the after show, he said he'd spend it as soon as he get it. I knew this man wasn't no planner and wasn't no saver. I can see it. I can spot it. It never fails. I can spot a brokey. I can smell him. At this big age, I've learned. Okay. And so that's what he is. And so I get that part of it, but girl, you drag it. You're mean, you're nasty, so rude. Every chance he gets. And this man is like, well, dang, I just wanted to know about, your family because that's important to me. And you give me these bland answers. And she says, well, that was a dry, vague question that you didn't even answer, sis. Like, I don't get it. Tell this man you don't want him. Tell him let's party in Mexico, and when we get back, we'll just go our separate ways. It does not have to be this constant disrespect, in my opinion. Tyra, talk to me about Michelle and David and what you think of this situation.
Girl, she's gross. Michelle is very gross behavior. When she said, like, can you just go away? Just give me this. Sometimes just give me the day, okay? Like, just give me the whole day. Sometimes I just get away. Yeah, like the way she acted like this man was on her. It's like, girl, how much space do you need before it's just the hell out of your life completely? Like, y'all don't sleep in the same bed. You have different, schedule. He's up, he's working out, you're still sleeping, you're here, you're there, you're downstairs. He's like, she don't want this man near her. And then she keeps crying. And she's like, I just wanted this to work so bad. You didn't. You didn't. He isn't what she wants. And that's okay. That's okay. Just say that. The way I would be turning up, I'm saying, you know what? I'm really happy I met you, David, but that's just something that's not going to work for me. But you're a cool person. You're a cool guy. Let's just have fun while we're here. Like it could have just been that. No, nobody. She's acting like and crying like somebody said you're forced to like stick. It was like, this is a show, baby. This is a show. And if you're that unhappy and that uncomfortable, nothing is going to change. And it's definitely not going to change with you badgering and, sticking a knife into his side every time. Girl, all he do is sit down with that little man bun. Oh my God, you live at home. What are you going to do? It's so unattractive. Like, oh my God. Girl. It's just attractive. Your little mommy cleaning up, doing things for you. You think that makes material for her? Like, what are you at? Like, like, oh my God, girl. And he be so jolly. Well, yeah, you did. You said I was broke, didn't have nothing. Remember last time you said that? I got it the first time. So you're like, what do you like to do? Like, what about your family? You guys, why are you asking me anything? Who sent you? Who told you to ask me that? Like, girl, relax. She just really doesn't like this man. And I don't know if she's gonna try to like, is she being held captive or
no?
What's
talking about? I want to go home. Go home, ho. Go home.
Go.
Girl, and the way she looked when he finally like, well, if you want your damn space, like, girl, I'll give you your mother. Like, girl, it's just like, he's just like, she's not you. First of all, there's this entitlement of her already not used to somebody being in her life telling her anything. And even the family was like, when she says like, you need to jump and just leave her alone. And give like, no. That doesn't make for a couple. You have to learn to coexist and consider another person. And she's just absolutely not doing it. She's like, didn't I tell you to go away from me? Like, well, girl, I thought we were married and I was your husband.
She's just nasty. She is nasty and rude. And this edit, baby, is not serving her because the girls are eating her up.
It's a hard edit if David looks like the problem. Well, not if David looks like the answer and like the victim. And that's a hard edit because her concerns are very valid. But the way she's presenting him, it's like, damn, leave that man alone. And he's just been very nice, very kind, very patient. It's just like, yeah, she called me a broke ass. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
So
you won't touch me either.
Like, how's the weather? How you doing? Well, what about today? Am I still a brokey today? Like, yep, still broke with nothing. Get away from me.
It was when he asked her, "Are you even attracted to me?" I said, "Dude, I about fell out, y'all."
Baby, no. Go home, Roger. Go, just leave. Rose's Bud, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Side ponytail isn't a pretty boy either. He's not. I like Allen. He just needs to be more sure of himself. Yeah, and I think Jeannie, aka what is his name? Is his name David? Just wants, or just he gives off the vibes that I think Madison likes, right? Yeah. I think that's just he's kind of like a meathead. He don't have nothing. He ain't gonna bring nothing to the table. He might break her heart. He'll probably cheat on her, maybe. I think that's what Madison wants in life. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, I would have those concerns as well, but I would never drag a human being like this on national television over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then proceed to sit up with the women and drag him all over again. Like every chance she gets, like that's all it's like she's obsessed with him living at home with his mama when this is not somebody she has to be. Like, baby, nobody told you have to be with him. Enjoy Mexico.
He's just so broke and he doesn't have anything. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even care about living in that basement. I'm just so miserable and I wanted this to work so bad. Okay.
And it's so funny, y'all, because she never ever even asked him any real questions. Like I would, like if she just like went a little bit deeper and maybe asked him about his plans for the future, like stuff like that, like I would have like so much more respect for her because I could see her being like, okay, like I get that you staying home with your parents, but like what is your real plan? It's like her face her face is of disgust when she says it. Every single time her face is disgusted, and it's not coming from her.
He ain't said nothing valid. Like the moment, first of all, you're supposed to come out the gate with that. I live at home with my parents because of, but blank, blank, blank. Then it's just like, oh, okay, I understand. I see. Like he has yet to present a blank, blank, blank because I don't think he has one. I don't think he's answering the question because he doesn't have a plan. He probably doesn't have a savings, and it's just like I live there by choice. You know those whole I don't live with my mama. My mama live with me. Like, does she though? Does she really? If it was all of that and he was really that, it would just be, this is my plan. Don't worry. If you're worried, these are your concerns. Oh, well, clearly they are because she keeps mentioning it, and it's just like I don't think he has a plan. I don't
either. They said in the after show he spends it as soon as he gets it, which again, she doesn't have to be with this man, but I think you don't have to drag a person just because. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't done anything wrong to you. He's been very kind, and that's kind of pissing me off a little bit because she's what the genteel. Like I don't like that. I don't like the optics of it. I don't like that you can't say nothing to her because she's this blonde hair, blue eyed person, right? That you wanted. But again, I don't have too much empathy for either one of them at the end of the day because this is what they wanted. He wanted a blondie with blue hair and blonde eyes, and she wanted a light skinned black man. So with a beard that connects. That's what she wanted. Athletic. That's what she got. That's what he wanted. That's what she, I think it'll cause them to dig deeper in the future. Thank you so much for Rose's Bud. Come through tonight, sis. With another $5 super chat. Do you think Michelle would be better match for Allen? I'll go first because hell no. I wouldn't put Michelle on anybody. I wouldn't inflict her on anyone except for maybe Chris from a couple seasons ago, Married at First Sight with Paige. That is the only person I would put her on because I think that she has a lot of work to do on her character, on her personality, on all of the above. Tyra, does she?
I don't think she would be happy with anybody. I think she would find fault with his fault. His faults are like really glaring and obvious, so she is really digging at it. I think with Allen, she would find something. With anybody, she's going to find a problem if they aren't working around who she is. She's irritated with him, so it's like really forward. But I think she's very much, didn't I tell you to go away? Like when I say I need my time, you respect my time. I don't think she would be considering another person, no matter who it was, because she's so involved with herself.
And she'd have been by herself for all these years. It's starting to make sense why she's by herself, why that 3-year relationship that she was quote unquote in didn't work. Like that's not how relationships go. You don't tell people to leave you alone, go away, yada, yada, yada. If my husband did some stuff like that and didn't check on me or something like that, I would be like, that would be it. Like, you better come check on me if that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you better check on me. Why would you not want that man to check on you? And then if he didn't, y'all know that it would be the opposite, right? Y'all know that it would be, he didn't even call me. He didn't even check on me. He didn't even do, like, what? Girl, I don't know what she wants.
I don't know either, y'all. But listen, that was it. That was them people. I don't have too much for it, y'all. This episode was, while we got a few little tidbits, it didn't really give a ton, but I think we covered most of it. What I want to know, starting with you, EJ, what do you think we're going to see in episode 6? I don't know if you caught the preview or not. I don't remember it, but I know we watched it on the after show at some point. I did.
I don't remember it either, but what I'm hoping for, because none of these couples are actually going to work out together. So y'all don't take this the wrong way, but none of these people going to work out except for maybe Camille. But I just want to see some messy stuff at this point. Just give me a messy show for the rest of the thing because ain't none of them going to be together. Let's go ahead and get this thing with David and Madison going, you know what I'm saying? And let's do it in their face. Well, maybe not Allen, because that would break my heart. But let's do it in Michelle's face. Like, let's flirt in front of her. You know what I'm saying? And let's see if she, like, does that little weird thing she does with her face. And, oh, God, it's so weird. But let's see that. Let's see Ikechi. I just want to see Ikechi actually have a real moment for once. But I don't think I'm ever going to get that. So my messy side, let's just see, maybe Emem go off on Ikechi for once. Like, let's see what his real... like let's see that part of her slide on out of there, and let's see what he looks like, because deep down inside of me, I feel like Ikechi really wants a blonde haired, blue eyed woman, but
A lot
he
of
had to go on
hoteps
here.
too.
Yeah, he had to go on here and pretend like he wanted something else when he really don't like her. And then as far as I want to see Alan find that confidence in his, I just want to see Alan win when it's all said and done. It's just not gonna be with Madison, but I do want to see him find that confidence and just have fun on this trip. Like while they're there, like just be you, be you. And then as far as Camille and what's his name?
Tommy boy.
Yeah, Tom go. I just need them to go ahead and smash. I feel like if they smash, maybe he will just, like I feel like maybe we'll get something different from him. Maybe we'll get him a little more open. Or something. And if we don't even go that far, maybe just like put the tippy. I don't know. Just something small.
She said, "Put the tip in." Just the tip. Just the
whatever.
Tip.
Just something to make him like open up a little bit more and be loose. That's it.
I will say this with Michelle, she is going to get angry when she finds out, and that's going to tickle me. So I'm kind of almost biding my time when she finds out that David and Madison have a little thing, because she's going to act like she has been so wronged in this world. And that's the only thing I look forward to at some point in the season. Tyra, any predictions, any hopes for any of these couples? Anything you see coming down the pike?
I want to see David hanging out with old girl, because baby, she was caping when Michelle was like, he just doesn't have anything. I'm just trying so hard. She's like, well, maybe you should really just talk to him, because he's like, I had a little moment with him in the gym. Like she put her bid in, baby. She was like, yeah, what you're not gonna do is talk about him from all these women like he trash, because low key he could have been. You could have got Allen. That's what I got. Like, girl, relax. I want to see a little bit more of that, because we know that that's probably where that's headed. I would like to see Michelle like relax. Please relax. I would like to see them just separate and it just be you know what? I want to see David off living his best life, just having a good old time, and her maybe finding some type of content with something, even though she's not ending off with what she thought she came here for. But all of that, you don't have nothing. Your daddy ain't it. It ain't never gonna be. I don't want to see you digging at this man every episode, and he's just supposed to take it. Like, first of all, because I want to know, like, if she wasn't that, would you take it from, if it was me, would you? I don't think you would, but whatever. Child, then I don't want to hear nothing about Carla and cuddles and kisses. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to. If she said it again, I swear. I want them to really get to the root of get that sex out the way, because I'm sure they'll get there because they're attracted to each other. Get that out the way so we can get back to, you don't have no job. I'm a 50-50 kind of man, and this ain't gonna work. I'm ready to get there. I'm really ready for us to leave here. I want to get back to the real world so we can get into the real world problems. Camille and Thomas, child. I mean, I'm just ready for him to take the knife out his bag. Maybe this is her. I would get bored. Thomas is boring. He is very boring in every sense of the word. Like, physically, the way that he speaks, the way that he acts, his interests, and he's just like, it's just, okay, I don't even feel like his stroke would be worth nothing. It's like, it's just, I don't even want them to get it in, because it's just, I don't think they're as compatible as we're seeing here. I think she likes what potentially he could be. But I just don't see what y'all see. I don't see one couple here making it, like, period. Child, Emem better stand up, okay? Stand up.
Oh, yeah.
He should be able to call you a homie or the whatever, one of the fellas. What the hell are you talking about? Because you're not attracted. You don't want to marry your fellas. So what does that make me? Like, I hope she stands up and, like, puts her foot down. Like, what we're not going to do is this. Like, don't let him play on your time just because you want a husband. Who else? Oh, Alan, that poor thing. That poor man. That poor man. I don't, for whatever reason with her, I think that she is going to keep giving Alan more leeway to think, I'm winning her over, like, we're making progress. Mm-hmm. I think she's going to be sneaky about it. I don't think it's anything we're going to see. Well, I don't know how much we see on this show, because these episodes do go on for quite some time. But I think she's going to be sneaky and underhanded whenever if and whenever she makes her way back to David or whoever, since you say she's the whore of Babylon, I think she's gonna give him false hope that this could be something, or that, you know what, I'm really starting to like him. Like, I'm getting past him being a troll. Like, he's not even that girl, so relax. She's gonna pretend, and Ella's gonna get more and more invested into, oh, this is my wife. We make it. Oh Lord, I hope she don't sleep with him. Then he really gonna think. He really gonna think this is something. I think
she'll never give him a whiff of that. She won't. She's disgusted by him for whatever reason.
I don't put it past her. I don't put it past her, because she's committed to pretending, but we're doing this with our knee and moving like, don't touch me. Because he want that thing. Alan trying to smell it low key, like, oh yeah. She's like, oh God. Coming. Is that everybody?
Smell her back.
Yeah, I think that's everybody, right?
You talked about one, huh? I think you talked about that.
Yeah, she did.
That little hot mess there. I would just want them to get that little sex out the way so we can move on to the main thing. Thomas is a multi-grain bagel. Camille is an everything bagel. Absolutely. It's that. I don't see them as compatible. I think she's adjusting, because it's like, oh, I can get with it, but what about when you want to do or be active in the way that you are? Is he gonna adjust for you, or is he gonna, I just really want to stay here? I just don't.
I mean, you can put cream cheese on any bagel and it'd be better.
Mercy.
What? You can.
I mean, if in the hopes of for like optimism, I'll say that's the only one, but I don't have a whole lot of faith in it, if I can be honest, because like I said, the test will be when they get home. I think Camille got a little bit of hood in her, and I don't know how he'll adapt to that. I don't know how he'll receive that, and I don't want her bending herself to be acceptable in his gaze. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then what if she moves one of his red shirts over to the black shirts? What if she puts his shoes in his underwear drawer, or not his socks in his underwear drawer? You know what I mean? No more.
Did you see the way they were sitting there and he just trauma dumped on that woman? And it was like, oh, well, yeah, I can see how. Then my dog.
Stage 4. Yeah.
Now, you know how in the movie Life, when he gets that letter and he's like, don't nobody else know how to read, and he go through that like, your mama died, then your daddy died, then the dog died.
But she asked him, Tyra. She asked him, she said, I want to know everything, remember?
I guess.
But yeah, you guys,
I'm fighting for him. I'm fighting for these two. Somebody got to make it. Like, we just can't have nobody make it.
Last season, no one made it, ma'am. And it was war, men against women last season. That was something to see. Never seen it in the history of MAFS. So I don't know, y'all. I just give me some exciting TV going forward. You guys, we are thinking about dabbling in another reality show. And since we have almost 70-some people in here on a Friday night for Married at First Sight, what do y'all feel? And do you guys watch Love and Hip Hop? Miami, right? Is it Miami? Is that the one that's out that just came out?
Just Love and Hip Hop in general.
Y'all watch it. I ain't watched it since I was a young tenderoni, y'all.
What's a tenderoni?
I need you guys to drop a 1 in the chat if you watch Love and Hip Hop. A 2 if you're like, what is Love and Hip Hop? A 1 if you watch it. A 1 if you'd be down for a review.
I take your man again. Y'all know what Love and Hip Hop is.
I mean, it's part of my lore. Like there were some doozies of some episodes back in the olden days. Miss Honey said nope.
Nope.
A 1 for yes, a 2 for no. Drop it in the chat, y'all. Give us some help. Jasmine said thumbs down, but I'll listen to y'all. I haven't watched that since high school. Listen, CWC. It's been a while.
That's at all. It's been a very long time.
I don't watch it anymore, but I watch the YouTuber recaps and reviews. Okay, listen.
TV said Jim and Chrissy. Wow, that's first seasons.
That had to be.
That was. They were the beginning.
I'm trying to figure out who's keeping the show alive. Like, is it the younger generation folks?
I think it's the youngins, because I ain't watched it since Tahiri them. I feel like in the Creek Squad.
Never get a 1 in it says, I guess.
We might just throw it against the wall and see, but we feel it. I mean, MAFS, y'all are more of an elevated, maybe audience, right? So y'all not.
We're mature.
I be sneaking in on that Atlanta one sometimes. If it come on, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be right. I'll be like, what happened?
I can't believe Kurt and
Who was
Rashida
that?
are still there. Like, aren't they 50
I know.
years
They're
old?
all still there, all of them. That's what amazes me. That's what maybe makes me want to just check. Like, y'all still here? Like, what are you doing here? And it's like,
Carly Red.
yep,
All of them still there.
same
The,
stuff.
and the only reason why Erica Mena not there is because they kicked her off.
Domestic, huh? DV. She was hopping over that man's fence. Did y'all see her bring
No,
that ladder?
not that.
And
Because
hop
of
over that
the
man's fence?
Girl, that
oh
was
yeah, I saw that. But they kicked her off because of that spice
insane. And who brings
that
a
spice
ladder to
situation.
somebody's house?
Oh, because she was racist. Well, we already knew that about Erica Mena. Anybody who been watching knew that she like a good black D, but ain't necessarily like black people like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why she
Okay,
moved.
so y'all
Okay,
saying 2 2 2 2 1 1. A couple of y'all would jump into it just to kick. Okay, we probably gonna try it anyway just to see what happened, you know. But I wanted to throw it out there since this is reality, but MAFS is a completely different type of reality show. But yeah,
Well,
when she
what
pulled that
reality
ladder
show
over
is
there and
this?
hopped over that man's gate, I said, Safari, you been holding on this for all this time? She was Spider
But
Woman.
Safari ain't no prize though. Come on now, Safari is
Ain't not.
not.
But let's be
Not.
clear.
Correct.
Let's be clear. But let's be clear really, really quick. Okay. Safari kind of fine. Listen,
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that he not, and I ain't saying that he ain't
okay.
hung because I'm pretty sure that man hung like a but because that's what keep him coming back. Because Erica was crazy. I said it gotta be the vitamin D.
Well, I don't know.
Exactly.
Isn't it what you call him coming back? Isn't like the ultimatum returning?
Yes, in December, the first week of December,
December.
Ultimatum will be back, and I love Ultimatum.
Yeah, I like ultimatum. I think that's probably our wheelhouse because we're mature.
Well, you know,
That's
Love Is Blind was fun. We
the way
always
y'all
cover.
been rolling up on boring ass Tia, and I couldn't imagine why. So I was like,
Vian said
Hey,
refuse to
pretty
support
girl.
any ghetto nation driven shows. Listen, we're about 2 steps away from being ghetto in MAFS too. Don't worry about it. We're about almost there.
Mhm.
They're
I mean,
about to
it's
go there.
all
you
ghetto
watch
is relative.
Love Is Blind, Argentinas and stuff. Ashley, I never.
I didn't. They were telling me to watch Love Is Blind Habibi. They said it was really entertaining. I got now what I did love that Tyra actually put me on because I wasn't even up on this. I wasn't gonna watch it, but she said,
What?
Ashley, you need to watch Ultimatum South Africa. That's what she said. And I watched it, and that was some of the best reality TV I done seen in the last couple years. Honestly, your mouth was hanging open. You were clutching your pearls. They ruined it in the reunion, but the show
It's fun.
was
Oh,
chef's
Somebody
kiss.
said love after lockup.
Baby, I watched that, but that is a secret. That's a secret dirty pleasure, okay? Me and my man watch that every Friday night. We are
Listen,
locked
love
and
after
loaded.
lockup be funny.
Listen, it's unbelievable. I like things that kind of trend on the out of control and wild side of things.
It sucked me in. I ain't even gonna lie. I had never looked at one episode of that, and then one day, I don't know how like the streaming thing, it just popped onto whatever somebody was looking at last panel. My daughter was looking at it, and I said, "What is this?" I was just sitting there looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. I said, "Well, dang."
I've never seen one episode of Love After Lockup.
It's unbelievable.
It only
The
takes
fact
one.
that-
Trust me.
It's unbelievable the way that you wouldn't think people would seek out an incarcerated person and send all their money to them and then be surprised when that person gets out and acts a fool. Like it's beyond me, but it's like I love it. I don't know why. And I never talk about it. I wouldn't dare talk
Is
about
that
it in
on
real.
now? Is that on?
It is. There's
It's
always a
stay on
season on,
rotation.
ma'am. It's always
Stay
a
on
season
rotation.
on. It's on We TV. It actually came out tonight at 8 p.m. I'll be
Oh,
watching it when we
really?
get up.
And you don't have to
Yeah.
have watched the previous seasons?
No,
It's
ma'am.
every time?
No.
Nah.
Well, so they will have repeat people, but they give you enough background. You don't have to go back and watch anything.
I don't mind watching it. 90 Day Fiance. Yeah, I'm not. I don't be in my reality bag like that, y'all. I haven't seen that either. 90 Day.
I watch 90 Day. Now I watch all of them, and it's crazy as hell too. But you know,
And they got life after lockup, love after lockup. Like it's
love
just like a
during
bunch
lockup.
Love
Yeah.
during
Love
lockup. Like
during lockup. What
it's
kind
a
of love that
whole
is?
It's a whole situation, girl.
Did you watch the Queer Love edition of Ultimatum? I didn't watch the Queer Love one. She's saying was South Africa better than the Queer Love?
It was better. I tried to watch the queer. I couldn't. It was cool. It just South Africa was definitely better.
I was
Roses, but
listening to
I do
Ashley's
watch.
recaps on TikTok. I was like, oh, this looked like it might be good, but then I didn't go back and watch it. I kept saying I was gonna go back.
I do watch 90 Day Fiancés. I do watch those.
I'll check
Let's
out
see.
Love After Lockup. I just didn't. I was too busy watching Snapped.
Snap is good.
You're
I
a
like
Snapped,
Snapped.
or I was over there with on the next episode for my man, for my man.
I like that one too,
On
girl.
TV One. Oh my goodness.
That stuff
Hey,
is good.
pretty
I'm like,
girl.
you did that for that man? You did what?
She says one over two. I fell off after Kurt got that girl pregnant and she was chasing him around and rolling her neck at Rashida, asking her to tell Kurt to step up and be a father
Oh,
to her
Jasmine.
child. Hey y'all. Well, apparently wasn't the baby getting taken away from Jasmine this year? I caught that and I don't even watch the show, but
I don't know if it
yeah.
actually happened, but supposedly alleged Kirk got back in got back in again. He almost got in trouble again. Kirk stayed doing the most ridiculous stuff. I'm like, Kirk, it's not really worth the storyline at this point. Like, we already seen this storyline. Right now, you just making Rashida look crazy, and her fashion sense is ridiculous. That girl right there, I love Rashida be dressed in. Like, I just love her style because
I just don't know why
it
she
just
with
fits
him.
her.
What
I don't
is
know
the
why she with
draw?
him either.
And we're there for a free meal.
Oh, Ready to Love is entertaining though, and it's a bit more elevated. It's
Oh yeah,
not.
Fatal Attraction is good.
Yes, Aisha, for my man, the favorite. That now I was over there. I was over there with those. Once I found them.
That was Ready to Love. The men were there for a free meal. I mean, it was again. I don't know why, because there are a ton of upwardly mobile black men. I don't know why they seem to pick the. They don't vet anyone in any of these things. But y'all, we're not going to keep you on here running our mouths, but just know we are dipping our toe into some different types of reality. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. But thank y'all so much for coming through on a Friday night to talk Married at First Sight. We will be back to our regularly scheduled programs next week. Y'all know this week has been a week. So we just thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with us. We'll actually be back tomorrow to talk Dune season 1, episode 1. I cannot wait. EJ will be hosting, and this will be just ahead of our members only watch along. And speaking of that, I'm actually going to leave you guys with that. Tyra will be hosting. So just keep that in mind. A trigger warning immediately.
Oh gosh, every time, Ashley.